Have you ever heard a story so baffling it stays with you for years? Well, American history is full of them, but one mystery stands above all others: the disappearance of the Roanoke colony. Imagine this, a settlement of 115 men, women, and children vanishing without a trace. No bodies, no signs of a fight, just an eerie silence where a bustling community once stood. This is the story of the Lost Colony of Roanoke, a puzzle that has stumped historians and archaeologists for over 400 years. It's a tale of ambition, struggle, and a disappearance that still captures the imagination of people all over the world. Our story starts in the late 16th century. England was eager to make its mark in the New World. Spain was already building a powerful empire, and England refused to be left behind. Sir Walter Raleigh, a favorite in Queen Elizabeth I's court, got the green light to establish English settlements in North America. The goal was simple: find wealth, expand influence, and strengthen England's global standing. So, in 1585, the first group of Englishmen landed on Roanoke Island, just off the coast of modern-day North Carolina. The location seemed perfect. It had easy access to the Atlantic, but was also protected by surrounding waters. But this first attempt was a disaster. The colonists faced food shortages, brutal weather, and growing tension with the local Native American tribes. After less than a year, the few who survived packed up and sailed back to England, defeated. But England wasn't ready to give up. In 1587, a second, more hopeful group was sent out. This time it wasn't just soldiers. It was families. There were carpenters, farmers, and skilled workers, people determined to build a new life from scratch. This expedition was led by a man named John White, who would soon become the central figure in this enduring mystery. When these new colonists arrived, they expected to find the fort from the first settlement waiting for them. Instead, they found ruins and decay. Not a great start, but they were determined. They rebuilt their homes and tried to create a stable community. But life on Roanoke was just as hard the second time around. Supplies dwindled, and their relationship with the local tribes was rocky at best. The settlers knew they wouldn't survive without help. So, John White made the difficult decision to sail back to England for more supplies. He left behind 115 colonists, including his own daughter, Eleanor, and his brand new granddaughter, Virginia Dare, the very first English child born in the new Americas. White promised a swift return, but fate had other ideas. When he reached England, he found the country on the brink of war with Spain. The mighty Spanish Armada was approaching, and every available ship was being called into service. No one was allowed to leave. White was trapped. What he thought would be a few months turned into 3 long, agonizing years. Finally, in 1590, he managed to get a ship and race back to Roanoke, his heart pounding with a mix of hope and dread. What he found was worse than he could have ever imagined. The colony was completely empty. The houses had been carefully dismantled, not violently torn down. Personal belongings were gone. There were no signs of a battle, no bodies, nothing. It was as if the entire population had just packed up and walked away. The only clue left behind was a single, cryptic word carved into a wooden post: CROATOAN, and on a nearby tree, the letters CROW. Before he left, White had told the colonists that if they had to move, they should carve their destination into a tree. If they were in danger, they should carve a cross above it. There was no cross. This suggested they left willingly. But where did they go, and why? CROATOAN was the name of a nearby island, now known as Hatteras Island. It was also the name of a friendly local tribe. White was desperate to search there immediately, but a violent storm hit, forcing his ship out to sea. He never made it back to the island. He never saw his family again. And so, the mystery of the Lost Colony of Roanoke was born. Over the centuries, countless theories have tried to explain what happened to those 115 souls. One of the most popular ideas is that the colonists, facing starvation, simply integrated with local Native American tribes. It seems plausible they would seek help from people who knew how to survive in this new land. Some believe they might have moved further inland or tried to build their own boats to sail back to England only to be lost at sea. Recent archaeological work has added some weight to the integration theory. Digs have uncovered English-style pottery and European artifacts mixed in with Native American items in villages miles away from Roanoke. This suggests that at least some of the colonists might have split into smaller groups and lived among the local tribes for a time. It's a tantalizing clue, but it doesn't account for everyone. Then there's the strange case of the Dare stones. In the 1930s, a set of stones was discovered, allegedly carved by Eleanor Dare, John White's daughter. The inscriptions describe years of suffering, disease, and attacks that supposedly wiped out the colonists. But are they real? The authenticity of the Dare stones is still fiercely debated by historians. If they're genuine, they offer a tragic account of the colony's end. If they're a hoax, they're just another layer to this complex mystery. The story of Roanoke has become a cornerstone of American folklore. For people in the US and the UK, it's a powerful symbol of the immense challenges of early exploration. It's a story of bravery, hope, and an unanswered question that echoes through history. The disappearance of the colony also served as a harsh lesson. When the English returned to establish Jamestown in 1607, they were far more cautious. They learned from Roanoke that survival required better planning, more resources, and crucially, stable relationships with the native population. Today, you can visit Roanoke Island and walk the same ground where the colonists lived and vanished. A reconstructed fort, museums, and powerful exhibits tell their story. There's even an outdoor drama called The Lost Colony, which has been performed every summer since 1937, bringing the mystery to life for new generations. Standing there, you can almost feel the weight of history, the hopes and fears of those settlers. Even after more than 400 years, the Lost Colony remains one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. The very lack of a clear answer is what makes it so compelling. It invites us to wonder, to speculate, and to use our imagination. The story of those 115 men, women, and children is more than just a historical footnote. It is a profound reminder of the unknowns that pioneers faced when they ventured into a new world. Researchers are still digging, still searching for that one piece of evidence that could finally solve the puzzle. Maybe one day they'll find it. But until then, the fate of the Roanoke colonists will remain a ghost story whispered through time. A mystery that connects our present to a distant, haunting past. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by historical mysteries like this one, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next journey into the unknown. See you next time.